Hi everyone, welcome to my design team project for Wild Orchid Crafts. I was so excited. I just had to get stuck in there and use the gorgeous products that Paul and Cerise sent me. So thank you so much for all the yummies, and I just couldn't wait to get started, as I said, and I made my first project. But before I show you what I created, I'd like to show you some of the products that I used. So these are a few of the things that I used. The codes for every single product that's on the project is going to be below. So I used these white trellis roses, and these are so beautiful. You can get them in different sizes, MKX 682. I also used a bunch of these flowers, and this is a mixed pack of lily flowers, MKX 197, and these are really pretty because they are dimensional, and you can actually use them and squish them to put them behind clusters as well. So lovely array of colours in that bag. I also used a few of these mixed colour stamens, and I used the purple and the white, and these are again really good for fillers, you'll see in my project. These laser cut borders, oh, these were so beautiful. This is the only one left because I used the rest of this package on my project. So it's called the lourve borders, which is very nice because they are very lovely and romantic looking, and the code for this is GST053, and these are so easy to snip off. I mean, you can ink them. I left them bare on my project because I was going for a shabby kind of a look, but very ornate, very pretty. I also used these very beautiful large cabochons, and I'm going to take this out of the package and show you guys how detailed these are. And you get 5 large cabochons in each pack. This is the one that I haven't used on my project. I used the other 4, and they are so pretty, and they're not overly thick, which is nice to put behind flowers or with other embellishments. And they take, you know, you can gesso them and it doesn't rub off. Very nice texture on these. So I used these cabochons, and these are MKX 272. And I also used some cameos, and these are in a pack of 4, and it's MKX 262, and they come like this. And the ones that I've used 3 with the white ladies. So this one is coloured in like a gold tone, and they're just really nice size, and they fit perfectly into the cameo frames, which I've also used. So they just fit really nicely. Just dropped it. They fit really nicely in there, but I can't wait to show you what I did with mine because they're just so versatile. And the code for the cameo frame is MKX 271. Again, I used quite a few of these. So really beautiful designs, and I just want to show you the frame as well in a bit more detail because it's so pretty. I love the detailing on there, and I have gone up because I've used the coloured ones and I've just gessoed them, and it just pops the detail up, and I'll show you that when I'm showing the project. But these are really pretty and a really nice size as well, so you can do a lot with these. I've also used as some accents, I've used some flat back pearls in a gold circle, MKX 365. And they are flat back, which is nice. They don't have a shank in the back like buttons do. And you can use them as flower centers, but I've used them as accents in my clusters. And then I've used the white almond blossom, MKX 278, and I've got one left, and these are just so adorable. I'm going to take this out. So you've got the pretty pearl stamens and 3-layer flower there. Really pretty, and again a lovely size, and these do ink up pretty well. And then seam binding, I used 2 different kinds that I got. So I've used the camel hair colour, which is MKX 477, and also the pink tulip, and it's MKX 482. So I used some of this as well. Now for my project, this is so pretty, and I absolutely loved making this. It is I won't get it all in, it's a love banner. You can see LOVE. So it's come out really stunning, and it is pretty big, so I'm going to go through it by section by section. First of all, for the base of this, I have used some MDF hearts, and you can get them from any good craft shop. And you can see I've just loaded them up with Wild Orchid Craft flowers, as well as that beautiful cameo frame, and I've used them gold flat back pearls as accents. So before I go through every single detail, I'll just show you the reverse. It's exactly the same on all of them. I've covered them with some Prima paper, and this is the Fairy Rhymes, if I'm not mistaken. And so that's the same on all of them, and I've just used 2 different sheets of paper to cover the hearts, and they just look like this in the background. So what I did was, first of all, lay some paper on the heart, as you can see, and then I decided to make a focal point with the cameo frame. So I did that, and using the actual cameo, I cut out some textured cardstock, and this is like hammered cream cardstock, and then I've cut it out and stuck it where the cameo would go. And then I've used an alpha from a Prima sticker kit, which is L, and I've used the same sticker throughout to spell out love, and I've used 4 hearts to do that. So from that, I decided to make my flower arrangement. Now when you've got pretty colours, it's really easy. I used the mixed lilies all the way around, and I've gone for like a similar colour throughout. I've picked out the purples, some blues and pinks, and also some creams. And as you can see there, it's all a matter of just putting down your flowers. So here's a cabochon, which looks amazing because I have gessoed it slightly, and it makes it pop a bit more. And in between my flowers here and here, you can see I've used those flat back pearls, and they look really adorable, and they just give some extra interest on a project. And then I've used this trellis rose here, some more lilies up here and here. This is just a fabric flower with a bit of bling, and here's where I've used the stamens, and I've used the purple ones and white ones, and they just fill an empty space out. So there was something missing here, so I added a few of those, and I've added some large pearls here and there as well. Again, here are some more of the lilies. There's the apple bloom, and as you can see, it looks really nice with the stamens hanging out of it. I've used some buttons, so there's a purple button there just to coordinate with the purple stamens. And on the back of the hearts, I've used this vintage lace edging, which I won from June. Hi June! And on the top, I've just added, I snipped off some of the pieces of the ornate border, the laser cut pieces, and then I've just glued them on. So that's my L, and at the bottom here, behind the paper that I've put on, I've added a bit of lace just to give it a bit more of a fancy look. And then for the cameo, where it joins, where the 2 hearts join, I've stuck a cameo in, and behind the cameo you can see I've got some lace, and I've got a bow at the bottom, which I've also distressed with a bit of gesso. So that's where the pink cameo is, and I've also aged it a bit with some gesso. I've gone around it to make it look a bit shabby and old. Okay, then here's the O, and again similar concept, same kind of flowers with the trellis and also the lilies. There's the apple bloom. Here are the chipboard pieces, and this is a fabric flower. I've used the flat back pearls, and this time I've used the purple cameo, and this is what I meant, like when you add the gesso, it just makes it pop. It lightens it a bit if you're not a fan of bright colours, but you know, they are workable. You can see how shabby and beautiful that looks, and I think the details come out more when you just rub over a bit of gesso. And I've used some eyelash trim just in little corners, and there's another button there, and peeking at the bottom here is another flat back pearl, and same thing again with the lace at the bottom here. And this time the cameo in the center is black. So I've gone for a very romantic looking theme, but quite bright as well, summery, and just really pretty. So this is the black one. Again, you can see I've lightened it with some gesso just to give it an aged look, and I've done the same thing again, a bow at the bottom and some lace behind it. Okay, and then the V, this is the cream frame. Again, I've done the same thing with the gesso. Even though you can't see it on the video, it does make a difference in person because I can see the detail a bit more. And here I've used the dark purple large cabochon, and this one, it was the cream. So there's the cream, there's the purple, and I've done the same thing again with the similar kind of flowers. And I forgot to mention, inside the cameo frame I've added some small pearls, and here are the stamens behind here. There's a doily in this one as well. In fact, there's a half a doily on each one of them. Here's a purple button, and these are the chipboard pieces that I've cut up and used. And then some more of the flat back pearls. Flower here, I've added some of these like turquoise pearls on every single one of these hearts. Okay, and so onto the E. Oh, sorry, I missed the cameo here. I used the green one there and lightened it up with gesso again. Same thing. I've used gesso to go around, and distressed the bow at the bottom, and there's some lace behind there, and it makes it look like a completely different cameo. It's just so much, it looks really aged and distressed and shabby, and in fact it doesn't look green anymore, it looks like blue. So it looks really pretty and it coordinates really well. Onto the E, this is the final piece, and again same kind of flowers again. As you can see, I've used the same packs over and over again. This is the white flower, and I've put a gesso in here. Some more of these flat back pearls, there's one there, there's one here, some silk flowers, the apple bloom, pearl, button, beautiful ornate pieces of the chipboard pieces, and the lace at the bottom. And here at the bottom I've also added the stamens just to give a pop of purple. And there's another little lily up here, some eyelash trim, and a bow on the end. And on either end I've also put the seam binding. So I've got the seam binding in pink and gold, just to tie it up with. So I'll give you another look, and I will actually give you a better shot of it. So here's the E, the V, the O, and the L, and I think it looks so pretty. And this is the other end where I've tied, where you're going to be tying it. So it's really pretty, very easy to do, especially when you've got coordinating embellishments like those cameos and the cameo frames, and also the cabochons work so well together, so you really can't go wrong. And I'm gonna give you guys a better shot, so just give me a second. I'm just gonna move all these bits and pieces out of the way so you can have a better look. So I'm just gonna cover you up a minute and take you up. Sorry guys. So this is how it looks. So there's the L, O, V and the E. Isn't that so pretty? Honestly, I'm so proud of it, and it is going to be going to a special friend, so I hope she likes it. It's so adorable, and I will be taking some pictures, putting it on Facebook. Check out the links below if you want to see this in more detail on photos. You can check out the Wild Orchid Crafts Facebook page, as well as Pinterest, and go on Twitter. So there's so many ways of looking at things for Wild Orchid Crafts, so the links are all going to be below for you guys, and I'll just give you a closer look. And all the embellishments just do the job. You don't, when you've got nice things to work with, you don't really have to work hard. I think it looks really pretty. All these nice summery colours, and very romantic looking with the cameos and flowers and all them ornate chipboard pieces that I've cut to put on the hearts. So that is it for now, guys. Hope you leave me a comment to let me know what you think, and please check out the links below, and I'll see you very soon with another project for Wild Orchid Crafts. Until then, take care, bye.